cancer in males, which affecting both men and women. Lung cancer is characterized by the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells in the lungs. It is one of the leading causes of cancer-related death globally, largely due to its typically late diagnosis and aggressive nature. Agriculture and construction workers face an excess risk of lung cancer due to occupational exposure to carcinogens. The primary risk factor for lung cancer includes smoking, exposure to carcinogenic substances, and environmental pollutants. Understanding the epidemiology of lung cancer among agriculture and construction workers is crucial for implementing targeted prevention strategy and occupational health intervention to reduce the burden of the disease in these high-risk populations.
So, what are the risk factors that contribute towards lung cancer in construction site? Number one is exposure to asbestos. Based on the research, the EPA found that asbestosis is a carcinogen that causes disease such as asbestosis, lung cancer, and mesothelioma. The second risk factor is risk from the welding fuel. Risk from the welding fuel can cause feet sickness such as metal fuel fever, and it can may develop lung cancer. The third factor is exposure to silica. Exposure to silica in construction sites came from the drilling, the cutting concrete, and fiberglass activity. Exposure to silica may cause to lung cancer and other serious health problems. And lastly, exposure to chromium. Exposure to chromium from the activity of making steel, alloy, and chromate may cause a serious lung problem and have to take.
So I will explain about the burdens of disease. It refers to the impact of health problem on the population, considering for both prevalence and severity of disease and injuries. So there are three factors to measure the burdens of disease: mortality, morbidity, and financial cost. So for mortality, in Indonesia, lung cancer contributes to 12.6% of deaths of all cancer, making it the number one cause of cancer death, and 8.6% of all cancer incidents in 2018. For morbidity, the Ministry of Health in Indonesia reported that approximately 34,000 of new cases related lung cancer are diagnosed annually. Tragically, the number of deaths related lung cancer reached 30 to 31,000 per year. And for the financial costs such as hospitality and also workers' compensation. Thank you.
Next part is about health effect assessment. Health effect evaluation for agricultural and construction workers entail assessing the impact of occupational exposure on their health, evaluating hazards, and proposing mitigation strategies. They are often exposed to dangerous chemicals and environmental circumstances that can cause chronic health problems such as lung disease, cancer, and other occupational ailments. There are some key health effects for construction and agriculture workers, which are respiratory disease, cancer, and musculoskeletal disorder. In respiratory disease, there are asthma, chronic bronchitis, farmer's lung, silicosis, asbestosis, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is COPD. While in cancer, there are lung, skin, and mesothelioma. And last is musculoskeletal disorder, which are repetitive strain injuries, osteoarthritis, back injuries, and joint problems. Next is the important part, which is assessment strategies. The first assessment is exposure assessment, where it have 3 steps to be focused, which are identifying hazards, exposure monitoring, and workplace surveys. Next strategy is health surveillance, which have 2 parts. which are medical examination and record keeping. Then risk assessment and control measure could be the third and last strategy in this assessment.
Preventing the existing risk of lung cancer among agriculture and construction workers require a comprehensive approach that targets both of reduction of hazardous exposure and the promotion of overall worker health. Firstly, minimizing exposure to known carcinogens such as asbestos, silica dust, diesel exhaust, and pesticide in critical. This can be achieved through the use of appropriate personal protective equipment (PPE) like respirator and mask, as well as implementing engineering controls such as validation system and dust separation technique to reduce airborne contamination. Regular health and safety training is essential to ensure workers are knowledgeable about the risk, proper use of PPE, and safe work practice. Additionally, predict health screening and environment monitoring help in early detection and control of potential hazards, enforce strict adherence to occupational safety and regulation, develop workplace policy that limit exposure, such as smoke ban, further protection worker, and encourage healthy lifestyle through smoke cessation program and promoting overall wellness also play as a significant role in mitigating lung cancer risk. Finally, substituting hazardous material with safer alternative and adopting a green building practice can reduce the introduction of new risks. By integrating this strategy, workplace can significantly lower the incidence of lung cancer among agriculture and construction workers, fostering a safer and healthier worker environment.
In conclusion, agriculture and construction occupants have been associated with an excess risk of lung cancer due to exposure to carcinogens. To address the lung cancer preventive measure is needed, which include implementing strict safety protocol, using PPE, masks, and respirators, ensuring proper ventilations, and conducting regular health screening and monitoring. Education and training on the danger of exposure and safe handling practice are also crucial. Reducing exposure through safer alternatives and adherence to regulatory standards can further mitigate the risk. Like that, we can work towards reducing the burdens of lung cancer and improving the overall well-being of agriculture and construction workers.